Hey, Misty. Yes, you're the first one here. I'm going to go ahead and start reading the letter that was written by Christopher Watt's mother-in-law. I've had quite a few people say they want me to go through that letter again because we just went through it a little bit in one of the videos and in one of the chats. Hi, Curiousy. I'm going to go ahead and read the letter. We did it last week a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and do the whole thing. Hi, Abby. So if anyone wants to get up on the panel, let's see here. Copy and paste. And if I start talking like for hours and hours, you guys definitely tell me it's time for bed, okay? 'Cause I'm too old for this fun. I'm not too old for this fun. I'm just too old for the all-nighters, you know? Hey, Cosmo. Hey, Kathy Joe. Hey, Shenanigan Maker. I think that we have Chatterbox is pretty scared, Shenanigan Maker. She sent me an email and she wants your husband, your ex-husband, to join her team. Okay, so I'm going to start reading this letter. So here we go. I'm going to read it all the way through. Well, wait. No, I'm not. You know what? Because there's going to be stuff all the way through that I want to say, wait a minute. Blah, 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 blah. So I'll read it like a few sentences at a time. Hey, Abby. Aw, you guys are funny. Okay, so I'll read a few sentences and then I'll come back and we'll talk about a few sentences. Okay, here goes. Attention, Dave Baumhover. In 2009, Shannon built her house in Charlotte, North Carolina, battling her lupus. Her friend told her about her cousin, Chris, saying he is a very nice guy, quiet, etc. So Shannon got a request from him on Facebook. Okay, let's stop it right there. Does anybody in this chat honestly think that Christopher Watts was chasing her down? I don't. I highly doubt that he sent her a friend request. I'll go back to the letter. It continues. Months later, she called me saying, Mom, I met a nice guy. He is a mechanic. I said, as long as you're happy and he is good to you. What did you guys notice about that? Did you notice what I noticed? A few months later, she called her mother and said that she met a nice guy. A few months later, really? I wonder if she told her that she quit her job. I wonder if she told her that she was already spending his savings account. And then it sounds like being a mechanic is something that is being scoffed at or looked down upon. Excuse me, he had excellent credit. He was living on his own already for 7 years. He paid his bills, he had a savings account, and he had an actual job. And it sounds like being a mechanic is a bad thing. I think she had a house payment that she had no intention, or I should say, no inclination to wanting to be the one to pay for it. Well, I think it's interesting, you know, isn't it interesting that there's this like judgmental whatever? I mean, excuse me? What did they expect? That she would marry a doctor or a lawyer? Oh, that's right. Her first husband was a lawyer, except the part of the story that they don't tell you is that he wasn't a lawyer until after he split from her. And I highly doubt she put him through law school. He was in the army, I think it was. There's no way that she was the one putting him through law school because the Army has excellent programs for tuition. So I don't know. What do you think about the whole storyline we've been told? Like she's some kind of hoofaloofa or something? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. So how dare she act as if being a mechanic is somehow beneath her, telling her mother he's a mechanic. And then her mother saying, as long as you're happy, as long as he treats you well, like they'll settle for a mechanic. Are you kidding me? What do you guys think? I have a question for you guys. After I read the next paragraph, I'll ask it. It's a good question. I'll ask it now in case I forget it by then. If you were Cindy Watts, yes, Curious C, in Canada, mechanics make excellent money. They do in the United States too. Kathy Jo says, SW criticized CW from day one. He even mentions that he was dressed wrong on their first date. Misty says, mechanics make good money. Gina Marie says, I also think it's ridiculous seeing as the house was in his name. Misty Wilson says SW is codependent. I think there's another name for it, actually. Hey, Melissa, where have you been, girl? Where have you been? I thought maybe you were making snowmen or something. Abby says, my husband started as a mechanic through Arizona Automotive Institute, and now he owns a dealership. Exactly, Abby. Exactly. I don't know if you guys heard Chatterbox the other night, but she said she owned an auto repair shop. So, okay, I'll read the next part. And then I want to ask you, if you were Cindy Watts, and if you're a guy, just kind of try to think that you're a woman. If you were Cindy Watts, how would you have reacted? Okay, here we go. A few months after that, Shannon and Chris had a family gathering, and Frank, I, and his parents had a cookout. They were floored when they saw her house. Shannon was a hard worker and wanted this to eventually sell and make a profit. To keep doing so, eventually be mortgage free. Comes from a family of contractors. So Shannon was eager to please his parents, waiting on them hand and foot. When Shannon left the back porch and it was just me and Chris's mom, she leaned over to me and said, Shannon was married before? I said, yes, just like your daughter was. Then a while later, again, when we were alone, and she said, I just don't see it. I said, what? She said, I don't feel or see that your daughter loves my son. I knew she was going to be a thorn in the marriage because my mother-in-law was the same way. So every time we had a cookout, his mom and sister were very quiet and distant. We weren't accepted. They made that known. Okay, there's a lot to go on there. What do you think, guys? Melissa says, super busy with my daughter. Unlike some moms, I put my phone down. uh, Shenanigan Maker says, roll call when I return. Better see a whole bunch of shenanigans in about 10 minutes. Misty says, Cindy knew immediately it was all wrong. What would you have said if you had said Shannon was married before, and your son's girlfriend's mother said, just like your daughter. What's $1 million response to that? How about, ooh, little attitude, sweetheart? Misty said even SR was acting to Cindy like SW was superior to CW. Exactly. Shenanigan Maker says, P.S. Mensa, we're going to absolutely demolish the prosecution. I've already put in a good 3 hours. Okay, I'm second chair, Shenanigan Maker. Take it. I support your efforts 100%. I know, I think she can feel it too. I think she can feel it. She was asking today to have your ex-husband help with the prosecution. And the scumbag attackers don't like it either because they're posting comments and sending emails saying, ha ha ha, Lana already had a mock trial. Like, so? uh, among other things. Melissa says she was trying to stop Shannon from becoming lower in Cindy's image of her. So she reminded her that Jamie as well was married. Right, but isn't that really, like, isn't that response kind of out of place? Because Cindy wouldn't have just said out of, you know, for no reason. She wouldn't have just said, oh, Shannon was married before. They must have just said something about, referencing her first marriage. And then when they went inside, she said, oh, Shannon was married before. I don't get yeah, just like your daughter, like, huh? What? I seriously, I would have gone inside. That's what I would have done. I would have gone inside if somebody would have said that to me. I would have grinned at her, picked up my purse. I probably would have put my strap around my shoulder at that point, over my head. And I would have avoided contact. Kelly says, I think Cindy's question was inappropriate, especially for a first meeting. That's something she should have asked her son. I'm fair enough to say that. I disagree, Kelly, because I don't think Cindy would have just asked that question out of the blue. I think probably what happened was they were saying something referencing her first husband when Shannon was still out on the back porch. And then when she went inside, I could see Cindy going, she was married before? Like, I didn't know that. It's a very neutral, generic, nothing to it question. It's almost like confirming. What did she just say? Did she just say she was married before? Like that. Right? And I think that two women who are sitting out on the back deck and their adult children are in love, I think that's a pretty lame, you know, chatter, kind of make the time go by kind of thing, right? Kind of like, how's the weather? Or what do you think of this weather? Kathy Joe. Now, see, you're thinking like me. You could have accidentally bumped her with a purse in the process. Like, swing it. Oops. I'm sorry. Did my Prada hit you? Hey, Cosmic, you didn't miss anything. We just got here. I do. I think the last sentence of that paragraph really kind of says something more, too, right? I think it kind of explains the response. Listen to this sentence again. I knew she was going to be a thorn in the marriage because my mother-in-law was the same way. The same way? She said one sentence. The same way? Right. Okay. I'll keep reading. So forward to engagement party. Shannon and I shopped for food, wine, etc. Spent a lot. Jamie, Chris's sister, wanted all the invitations so she could help. So Shannon told me, Mom, Jamie wants to help. Send off the invitations. What do you think? She is accepting me. I'm going to let her do it. So this mom and sister prepped food and cross-contaminated everything. So Shannon couldn't eat any of it. Gluten-free, nothing. Everything was made with gluten. So thank God I made lots of food and brought it. At least my daughter could eat. So as the night went on, Shannon and I went in the bathroom and Shannon told me, Mom, I had like 80 invites and only immediate family came. So Shannon called people the next day to learn that they never received an invitation. Shannon was devastated. Shannon and Chris were upset, so they knew not to ask again. Then came the wedding. No one from his whole family came, just his grandmother and uncle. No mom, dad, sister, aunts, and cousins. No one came. What do you think about them apples? Exactly, Maria. Exactly. She just found out, and it was a completely spontaneous response, an innocent question on Cindy's part. I do like that idea, though, Kathy Jo. I like the way you think. Bumblebee says, I've just been watching some of the Thought Provoking channel, and I'm floored. Tell us, Bumblebee, what are you floored by? That's one of our favorite channels, by the way. What are you floored by? Our lead defense attorney has just entered the room. Bumblebee says, I'm shocked that Chris put up with this much shit. You said Gray. Who's Gray? Oh, okay. Let's talk about one video in particular. Did you see the one where little Bella was copying her grandmother, her maternal grandmother? And when she went to take a drink after her maternal grandmother went to take a drink, then her grandmother suddenly said no. Have you guys seen that one? Shenanigan Maker says, already got my ear band-aids on. Oh, I'm telling you, we could probably just do nothing but the closing statement or the closing argument, right? Well, we could do an opening statement and then let the prosecutor do whatever she wants to do, right? Like she can say and do whatever she wants. Then we can just do a closing statement and wrap it up. Sweep the floor. Okay, that video where Sandy stops Bella from being able to have a drink, did you see the look in Bella's eyes? Oh, Melissa, yes. Well, you should have been making snowmen. I hope you do by the, time the snow melts. I mean, really, right? Well, you were busy. We decided to go ahead with a mock trial. And Friday night, we're going to be, I don't know what we're going to be doing, but we're going to be moving it forward as far as picking like which witnesses. So we need to have defense, prosecution. I'm not sure if we're going to have a judge or not, if we're just going to let the people in the chat be the judge. I don't know. And then we need jurors, but I'm not sure if we should have jurors either. Maybe we should have everybody in chat be the jurors, right? Because if we get just whatever number, 10 or 12 jurors, then it's going to be all about like who's stacking the jury pool, right? and, and then the jurors are probably going to be like, getting harassed and everything. I think we should have everybody be a juror. Well, except for those of us who are taking part, right? So yeah, on Friday night we're going to figure out. We need to have. I mean, so far on the defense we have Shenanigan Maker, who is kick butt, by the way. So we're gonna win. That's all there is to it. We just will. And I'm on the defense, and I think we're talking about just going with the 2, but I think we should probably have like 2 more because the prosecutor wants to have 4 total. The prosecutor is Chatterbox. She's the shiner who dares to come up on our panel. And she thinks this, and I agree with her, that this is a really good idea to offer something where everybody can take part regardless of their opinion on the case, right? So she's the prosecutor. So she needs 3 more prosecutors to help her. And then I think we'll have the jurors just be everybody. You know what I mean? Because that way it's fair, and that way the people who are taking part in the live chats can actually vote, And then we have to figure out exactly the witnesses. I think that's what we'll do on Friday night, is figure out exactly what witnesses and try to get the teams together. Melissa, what would you like to do? Would you like to be defense or prosecution? And it doesn't matter at all what anybody's opinion is. It isn't like that at all. This is just going to be to present a lot of the information that we think should have been able to be presented, had he not signed a plea deal. Bumblebee, so far we have Shenanigan Maker and me on defense. And I will say that Shenanigan Maker and me, well, I think we're kind of a little arrogant about it because we know we're going to sweep the floor. So, if you choose to join the prosecution team, just know you'll probably lose. Cosmic said, what happened to Honey Badger? Well, she's still around. She's been, I think she was on, I can't remember, was it Cooter? I think Cooter Brown started a new channel, right? He said that Honey Badger came to his live chat, so that's cool. Uh-oh, Shenanigan Maker's going to get her ex-hubs to join. Not if he's really good, though, Shenanigan Maker. No sense giving him any kind of advantage. Chatterbox would love it, though, if your ex-husband would help her. She would absolutely love it. It would make it fun. And that's the other part, too. Like, I know some people might be offended because this is going to be very fun, but it's okay. We can have a mock trial and take part and laugh and have fun with it. All that virtue signaling can just butt out. The tragedy happened 2.5 years ago. It's a true crime case. We can discuss it. We can analyze it. We can have our opinions. We can talk about it. We can also have a mock trial and have fun doing a mock trial. Shenanigan Maker says, oh, he'd be scared to go against me, female bulldog. Aren't we more like Athena's to his Zeus? I just muted myself because I was laughing hard. Beautiful and intelligent Freudian slip. You forgot intelligent. Yes, Kathy Joe, good question. I think what we should do, maybe, well, our first step, of course, is to figure out who is on the prosecution and who is on the defense. Then we have to decide whether or not we want to have a judge. And if so, who? And then once we get past that point, then we have to figure out, I think I do like the idea of having everyone in chat be a juror. And then we have to figure out who the witnesses are. And then we have to tell each other who the witnesses are, right? And then we have to have probably, I don't know, we'll probably have 100 or so motions in limine. You know, stuff like the prosecutor's probably going to try to keep out a lot of the evidence, and we're going to fight hard to get every bit of evidence introduced. Robin wants to play the DA. Seriously, Robin, that would be great because Chatterbox is freaking out a little bit. I was hoping she'd pop in here tonight. Misty says, I agree. Chat members as jurors. I think so too, Misty. That way everybody can vote. And, you know, it's going to be kind of a long, drawn-out thing, right? Because, like, every witness is going to take a long time. The prosecutor will be asking questions, and then Shenanigan Maker will get up and just tear the witness apart. And then the prosecutor will try to repair the testimony, and then Shenanigan Maker will get up again and tear the witness apart again. That's a good question, Freudian slip. I think that NA is going to make an excellent witness. Freudian slip says, I want to know why NA was wearing SW's pink iPhone watch on that Tuesday. Okay, good, Robin. Good. So we have 2 for 2. We have 2 prosecutors. We have 2 prosecutors so far and 2 defense lawyers. Yay! Is Bedtime Down or Bedtime Clown or whatever it is, are they being a jerk, Melissa? This is the no jerk zone. Ooh, spoken as the true Athena Bulldog. Shenanigan Maker says, I love it when I see witness tears. She's like, yeah. She probably turns around and does that thing with her arm, you know, like, yeah. And the judges probably grin. All right, Melissa, you want to be on the defense team? Seriously? That would be really cool. I was afraid you were going to say prosecution. Oh, wait, you're not just trying to be a mole, are you? Let me reach for my notebook here. I'll start writing this down. Too much to remember. I just dropped my big cup of water. Oops. Well, it's not a cup of water. It's a bottle of water with ice in it. Okay. Now I want my good pen, my lucky pen. Where's my lucky pen? Here it is. No, I want my lucky pen. Oh, I bet it's in my bag. Let's see. It'll take me a second. Yeah, really, Melissa. I'm so glad you didn't say prosecution. I'm sitting here biting my nails. No, we can't go against Melissa. She can talk faster than we can. She's smarter than we are. But shenanigan maker goes for blood, so we're good. Oh, I don't see my lucky pen. I don't want to write with the other one. I might put a curse on it. I'm just kidding. I don't believe in any of that stuff. So we have Shenanigan Maker, and we have Melissa, and we have Miss Mensa on the defense. And so far we have Chatterbox, and we have Robin on the prosecution side. And I think Shenanigan Maker's ex-husband on the prosecution side too. Uh-oh. Whoa-oh. Or no, how's that go? Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Shenanigan Maker is saying she's going to be wearing 50 black labels. Staying cynical. I think that the prosecution might call NK. Actually, I hope they do. Melissa says I got to start preparing my defense. I think Shenanigan Maker, I'm not sure. I don't have fake boobs, but I think when people have fake boobs, they like to show them off. So I think that's why they put the patches on their boobs. So that way they can say, "Have you seen my boobs?" Melissa says we will not be calling NK. There's no reason to bring her in on defense. We won't be calling her, but the prosecution will. And we'll be ready to ask a few questions on cross-exam. Things like, did Christopher Watts tell you that his marriage was over? Was he looking for an apartment? Was he concerned about his wife? Was he concerned about her mental health? Was he concerned about the safety of his children? Stuff like that. Yes, Freudian slip. I think so too. And I do think the prosecution probably will think that NA will be their star witness, but not when Shenanigan Maker gets done with her, let me tell you. Bedtime Clown is here to just be a dink. So I don't know. What should we do? Should we block Bedtime Clown or should we invite Bedtime Clown up on the panel? You want to come up on the panel, Bedtime Clown, and be a dink up on the panel? Good idea, dipshit. Good idea. There now they can run back to their little coven and say, "Yay, I got banned. Let's make 10 videos about it." Going to rip her to shreds. Cosmo, ready for the NA cross. It'll be really open too, I think, even a lot of the questions. We'll save a few, but we'll certainly take suggestions. You guys, this is going to be this will be a chore. You know it. Freudian Slip says, I love our coven. Yeah, really, Bedtime Clown. Ooh, right? So yeah, I think our first step really is to figure out the teams, of course. And then once we figure out the teams, then we have to decide if we want to have a judge or not. Because I don't really want one person to be able to decide whether or not evidence can come in. You know what I mean? Like I think we should just. Oh, Danielle. Danielle. For a judge, you mean? Oh, Danielle's here. Hi, Danielle. I thought Melissa was suggesting Danielle for a judge. So we have to figure out if we want to have a judge. Melissa says, I would be the judge because I don't even know what I think. You know what, Melissa? Maybe, I mean, I don't know, because the problem with a judge is there's going to be a lot of evidence that we want to get in, right? But then the prosecutor's going to object to it. And if you're sitting there saying that you're not letting evidence in, then it's kind of like, So, but I guess we really can't have a trial without a judge. Okay, Melissa, you want to be the judge? Are you sure? Because you know you can win on the defense team, right? Yes, Lainey. That's what I'm thinking. That's kind of how I'm envisioning this, is that once we get the team set. Okay, Melissa, seriously? If you got that kind of attitude going, it's like, okay, yeah, because otherwise it's like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it might not matter whether or not the teenage son knew the sheet colors, right? And it's probably not relevant to anything, right? But I think, this isn't really a courtroom. Misty says, I agree, no holds barred. And I think with Shenanigan Maker, there will be no holds barred. No, this is not a 35C, not at all. And we're not even going to take time to explain that. The people who are telling you about a 35C, well, so far I've heard them say they do not have any credentials, and I believe them, okay? Olivia says, sit back and let the lies fly. Bumblebee says, the trial that Chris should have had. Actually, this will be even better because it's going to be a social media fiasco, so it'll be fun. Melissa says, hold my tongue. Danielle says, where's Paula? I saw that she was modding for someone. I can't remember who. Oh, let me think. I think she was modding for Cher and Mr. Cher. Which that kind of surprised me, actually. Kathy Jo says, OMG, Danielle would be an epic judge. She could file her nails during the trial. That is a good point, Kathy Jo. Do you guys want to have two judges? You want to have Danielle and Melissa? Because they do make a good team. But Danielle, you would have to bring your nail file. Cosmic says you're the only channel I watch now. I have taken a look at the other channels, the other videos and stuff, and it's kind of like I just scroll down them and go, yeah, really? Cosmo says Danielle would make a great judge. Every objection, she shouts, overruled. Melissa says I can't hold my tongue. I do better on defense or prosecution because I can't hold my tongue. If you're not the judge, I really think you should not be the prosecution, Melissa, because I think that you have a very sharp mind and a very, very logical, linear, I would be happy if you would say defense. We'll stack the defense team. I think having you as a judge would be good too, though, because you could sit up there and lecture everybody. You could say, now look at people. Well, Danielle, really, no. You wouldn't have to learn any rules. You could just ask me. We could just ask Shenanigan Maker to tell you what the rules are. It's probably better that you don't know. Okay, is that your final answer? If you're going to say defense, are you sure? Because I think you'd make a kick butt judge. I do. Shenanigan Maker says, yeah, probably best to not know. LOL. Lots of love. You guys know what? The scumbag attackers think it's funny that I don't know what LOL means. We'll let him run with that. Melissa says, I have too much to say to sit back and listen. Okay, then. Are you sure? Going. I would like it if you were on the defense team, Melissa. That'd be fun. I know, Misty. It's kind of funny, though. It's like you got to give them something to talk about, you know? Kathy Joe says you should work in a few WTFs. Wow, that's fantastic. That's a good one. We need to come up with one for LMAO, too. There it is. Nope, that's LTM. That's LTOL. What's a good one for LMAO? Melissa says, and the defense rests. Danielle says, I'll have to do my hair and makeup. Good thing you're trained in that. You do have to do the nail file thing, though. Every good judge looks next board. That's how they look neutral, you know. Have you guys been watching the trial of? I have no idea what the name of it is. Sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up. I don't know the name. It's a guy in Wisconsin whose wife was um, missing, but then later they decided that he must have killed her. All right, we have a yes from Danielle. Waltz? I don't think it's Waltz. Is it Waltz, Cosmo? I don't think it is. What is it? I know it's Tango and Foxtrot, but is it Waltz? I don't think so. That is not resonating. Freudian slip says, LOL, I almost said lots of laugh, lots of love. Yep, this channel is known for nail filing and snoring. Well, Danielle, on Friday, we're going to try to figure out, well, on Friday, we're going to have the teams for sure. And then I think it's a good idea to have everybody in the chat be on the jury. And then we'll start figuring out who the witnesses are. And at some point, we'll start with the opening statements. Here we go. Melissa says, listen more and object. LMAO. Love it. People are saying whiskey, and I don't know why. Oh, yeah, whiskey. Yeah, it's whiskey. It isn't waltz, it's whiskey. I'm thinking, what are we talking about? I don't drink. What are you guys talking about? I forgot about that waltz thing. Does anyone know the whole alphabet? I knew it. Yeah, I knew it even just a couple years ago. What's the first one? And no fair Googling either. Alpha? What's the second one? No Googling. Oh, that's a good one too. I like that, Pink Ladybug. LMAO, let me act oblivious. I like leave me alone, okay? Staying cynical said the other one. Pink Ladybug said, leave me alone, okay? Those are both good. Okay, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, here we go. Go, Olivia. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. Echo, Foxtrot. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot. Danielle says, I'll put a bow in my hair for the event. Just watch the Jodi Arias trial and watch that judge. You can learn from that. Okay, we're not up to Oscar. Oscar? I don't think it's Oscar. You guys are fun tonight. We're at Echo and Foxtrot. What is G? G. What's G? Don't you guys love how I know what it isn't, but I don't know what it is? That happens when you get older. You can spot something that isn't right, but it's hard to remember what is. Golf? Hmm. Yes, Danielle, you do get to yell at people. Is it golf? I don't think so. Is it? Golf? Oh, bless me. That sneeze came fast. That'll make it fun, Danielle, if you yell at people. Especially yell at the prosecutor. Scare her. It is golf? Okay. Okay, so let's say it again. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot. What was G? Golf. What's H? Thank you for the insight. Okay, golf. Now what's H? You guys are learning this, right? Because at the end we're going to try to say it all at once. What is H? Is it hotel? Is it? I think it is hotel. Okay. I think it is hotel. Okay, good. So Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India. I have no idea what J is. What's J? I'll just keep repeating it until we come up with J here. But no Googling, no Googling. It isn't Jaws, Lainey. I know what it isn't. It isn't Jaws. Is it? Yes. Juliet, right? It is. Juliet. Kilo. L, 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 L. Yes, it is. It's Juliet. Kilo. And what's L? Yes. Now, how do you say it? Lima? What's M? I don't think it's lemon, Danielle. I think it's Lima. Does anybody know M? Like I said, I don't know what they are, but I know what they aren't. So I'm good at vetoing, but I'm not good at saying it. Mike? It might be Mike. I know it isn't Mensa, Kathy Joe. I think it might be Mike. Is it Mike? Okay. No, it isn't Monkey. We have two mics, three mics. I think it's Mike. I hope we're right. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Lima. No, GH, Hotel. Oh crap, what's I? Don't tell me, don't tell me. Oh, all I can say is indigo, and I don't think it's indigo. What is I? I is something. Crap, I forgot I already. No, Isabel. LOL is lots of love. India, India, thank you, dear. Okay, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima. Is it Mike? I think it is Mike. What's N? Is it? What is N? Gina says Mensa's making me smarter. Everyone should know the alphabet. I won't ask you to spell it. Okay, yes, I think it is November. Is it November? I think you're right, Kathy Joe. Tell us if I'm wrong. Oh, we have 3 Novembers. Okay, it's got to be November. Okay. Let's see. Element. Oh, ocean. Is it ocean or not? Oscar? I think ocean is the other one. Is it Oscar or ocean? Okay, we'll go Oscar then. I was thinking ocean, but I think ocean is the law enforcement one. Papa? Oscar Papa? This isn't ringing any bells. I think it is Oscar, though. I think you're right, because ocean is the other one. Is it Papa? Freudian slip says October. Oh, octopus. I've read October. Don't ask me why. I don't think it's octopus. I think it's Oscar. It isn't paper. I don't think it's potato. That's a good one. I don't know. These aren't ringing any bells, you guys. Rome. Yes, it is Rome. Okay, so Lima, Mike, November, right? I think it's November. Lima, Mike, November. Oscar? Papa? I don't think it's Papa. Is it Papa? Okay. What's Q? Oscar, Papa. Okay. Sierra. But what's Q? Is it Quebec? Okay. Quebec. Pope? Okay. Quebec. And then Rome. It isn't Quilt. It should be, but it isn't. Shiner. Oh, wait. Is that a Shiner warning? Romeo. Yes. It isn't Rome. It's Romeo. Shoes. Yeah, I think I was thinking that Melissa wanted to say S for Shiner. Oh, you did. Okay. Uh, Sierra. Yeah, Sierra is S. QRST. What's T? You guys are Googling, aren't you? Tango. What's U? Turnip. Lainey, you have a good imagination. Okay, what's U? Should we Google this and just find out? I don't think it's umbrella. It isn't underwear. Nope. It isn't utter. Uniform, I don't think so. Is it? I don't think so. Victor, I think it is Victor for the V. But what's the U? Shenanigan Maker says libel, maliciously allegations overruled. Is it uniform? Is it? Okay, uniform. Victor. W. 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 Yep, Victor. Now what's W? Anna says Watts, but I don't think it's Watts. Probably will be though, because this case is all that, right? It isn't water. Shenanigan Maker says malicious auto predict sucks. I think there's an issue with the phone. Whiskey. What was you? I forgot you. Uniform, whiskey. Wait, uniform, Victor, whiskey. What's X? X ray? It's got to be X ray because I think that's the only word that starts with X. And then Y is what? Zebra. I think you're right. Red shoes. Yankee. Okay, so we've got it now. Let's see if we've got it in our heads, okay? Close your eyes and see if you can say them. Right, Z. Z is Zulu. Because the zebra, that's the other one, right? That's the other one. Zulu. Okay, Yankee, Zulu. Is it Yankee for sure? Yeah, because the other one's yellow. Staying Cynical says Xanax starts with an X. Just saying. Okay, it is Zulu. That's right. Okay, because Z zebra is the other one. Okay, so we'll start at the beginning. Zumba's a good one, though. We'll start at the beginning. A, alpha, B. Crap. Don't tell me. A, alpha, B. It isn't boy. Bravo. A, alpha, B, bravo. C, Charlie. I have my eyes closed, so if you're telling me I can't see it anyway. D, delta. E, echo. F, foxtrot. G, what is G? Crap. What is G? G, G. Golf. H, hotel. I, India. J, Juliet. K, kilo. L, Lima. M, Mike. N, November. Oh, I can't remember if it was Oscar. P, is it Papa? Q, 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 Q. What was Q, Q, Q? Let's see. What is Q? Crap, what's Q? I'll come back to Q. R, Romeo. S, Sierra. T. Was T Tango? U, uniform. V, Victor. W, whiskey. X, X-ray. Y. Y. What is Y? Oh, come on, we were just saying Y. It isn't yellow because yellow is the other one. And Z is Zulu. What is Y? Okay, I think I missed two. Yankee. Oh, duh. Okay. And what was the other one I missed? Q. What was Q? Quebec. Oh, I knew that. Ugh. Lainey says I zoomed out of this lesson 10 minutes ago. LOL. Lots of love. I want to say it fast with my eyes closed. Freudian Slip says all you Yankees should have known that. LOL. Lots of love. Quebec. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes and do it one more time. So if this is way too boring for you, then do what Lainey did and come back in 10 minutes. Okay, eyes closed. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Mike, November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo. It isn't Romeo, is it? What is R? Is it Romeo? No. Is it Romeo? Crap, I wanted to go all the way through and I'm stuck on R. Is R Romeo? It is? Okay. Is it Romeo or Rome? Romeo. Okay. Romeo. Sierra. Tango. I'm stuck on you. Oh, this is hard. Kathy Joe says, at least we aren't cross stitching the alpha for craft time. I wanted to be able to run through it without forgetting. I hate it. Is anyone else learning this right now? Uniform. Uniform. Thank you. Uniform. Victor. Every time I come to W, I think watermelon. Whiskey. X-ray. I can't believe it. What is with the Y? Why do I keep forgetting the Y? Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Yankee, Zulu. Okay, one more time. Bear with me. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Mike, November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, X-ray, Yankee, Zulu. I did it with my eyes closed. Yes, I did it. Woohoo! I did it. I know. I bet people are coming in here going, what the heck are they doing? You guys want to try the other one now? Yeah, the non-wenches need to go. Exactly. If this little story time lesson, whatever it is that we're doing right now, if it doesn't work for you, then this is a good test to whether or not you should be here. Okay, let's do the one that law enforcement does. A Adam, B boy. I got us started. What's C? C something. It's been a long time since I used that one. A Adam, B boy. C Charles, maybe? I think it might be Charles. I think it's Charles. C Charles, but I'm not sure. D Dog. E Edward. F Frank. G George. H, probably Harry. I think it's Harry. H, Harry. I, Ida. J, something or other. K, King. What's J? J something. K, King. L, something. M, something. N, Nora. N is Nora. What is M? M, something. N, Nora. O, Ocean. P, Paul. Q, I can't remember. R, something or other. S, Sam. R, Robert. S, Sam. T, Tom. R, S, T, U. U. What would you be? Let me think. V, Victor. X is, I think, X-ray. Oh, wait. W is something. X, Y, yellow. Y is yellow. Z, zebra. So I have a lot of that one, but I don't have them all. Tiffany asks a question. MM, do you feel that the state of Colorado should be held accountable for not protecting the girls if there was an open CPS case? Well, Tiffany, here's the problem with that. The person who would have standing, right, would be the person who would basically be in charge of the children's estate. Like, I can't go to the state of Colorado and go, I'm mad because I think there was an open CPS case and I don't think Bella and Cece were protected. You would have to have standing, right? Well, the person who would have standing would be the person who actually has the estate of the children who were harmed. So to bring any action, you would have to have standing. And in this case, the person with standing is insisting that there was no CPS case or anything, right? Because remember, Christopher Watts is a monster, his wife is nothing but a saint, and the children were totally happy-dappy. Isabel? Okay, if you want me to. Kathy Jo says, play some relaxing music for Isabel. Afraid she's going to have a stroke over LOL. Isabel says, okay, Miss Mensa, take control of this. LOL. Research it since it's on your channel. Isabel, you know we like to pick on people here, so you might want to, like, be careful. She says, I'm here maybe to educate you that LOL with a laughing face emoji, that isn't how you spell emoji. Means that person is laughing, not sending you love. See that? I'm LOL, which WITCH. Ooh, Isabel spelled witch, WHICH. She spelled it like a coven witch. I'm laughing out loud, not sending love. Let's see here. Okay, so Isabel, you've had like 50 people tell you that on this channel, LOL means lots of love. So why are you still acting like it doesn't? Isabel is taking know-it-all to the next level. Misty says, look up your spelling instead of emoji meanings. Isabel, do you feel picked on? Because we're picking on you right now. I like that. I love this. Okay, Miss Mensa, take control of this. Well, Isabel, that's what I'm doing. That's why we're back to the basics, and that's why we're sitting here talking about the military alphabet. Okay, now that some time has gone by, to see if I've learned it, I'm going to close my eyes again and put you through it. You ready? Here we go. Eyes are closed. Do you notice I talk louder when my eyes are closed? I've noticed that. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Mike, November, Oscar, Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, X-ray, Yankee, Zulu. I did it! There. Didn't the grandparents of Susan Powell sue that state for the kids that dad killed, or am I wrong? Yes, they did on behalf of the children's estate, and the jury actually awarded them something like 93 million or 98 million. But then they did appeal, and the judge did lower the award to, I think it was 33 million. Lainey says, I get a merit. I get a star. I get a sticky star. Shakur has a new one, and it's awesome. Has a new what? Wait, it went past me. Oh, here's Isabel. Okay, Isabel speaks. Ah, I see. Said picked in, picked on. Sorry, people are so anal. Anal is not spelled with two N's. Is this an Isabel copy? This doesn't sound like Isabel. Melissa's being mean. She'll make a great defense lawyer. Yes, so anal. So anal. Yeah, I don't think it's Isabel. I don't. I think it's an Isabel copy. I think someone copied her profile. Staying Cynical says, on this channel, S is snoring and N is nails. L is laughing. We should make ice cream. That's what we need to do. We need to come up with our own alphabet. Red Shoe says, Cindy Watch should look into that. You know what? That's a really good point. That's a very good point. Except she would have to be able to prove, right? She would have to be able to prove that there was an open case. And I have a feeling that if there's an open case, it's on lockdown. Danielle says, well, we're just basic wenches. You guys are fun. Yeah, we're just basic wenches. Kathy Joe says that Shakur has a new one and it's awesome, MM. Has a new what? What does he have or she have? Or he? I think Shakur's a he. Because I think he's like Shakur Galaka or something like that. Has a new what? Isabel, if you're not a copy, profile if this is really you. This doesn't sound like you. Usually you're really funny. Lisa says, as the grandmother, she couldn't request it. No. She'd have to get some proof. Like, she'd have to have actual proof of it. But that is not a bad idea. Unfortunately, though, I don't think they listen to like logic and reason and good ideas. I think they trust, you know, just my opinion. I think they're trusting whatever their daughter says, and I think their daughter is friends with people like Kim and stuff. Oh, did Shakur start a channel? Woo! Shakur, are you here? Did you start a channel? If so, I want your link. Is she whining? I don't think she's whining. Isabel, do you want to join the prosecution? That's a good idea, Melissa. Green mint ice cream. Mint chocolate chip ice cream. Oh, yeah. That's my personal favorite. Oh, Shakur said, no, I did not start a channel. I hope you do. I hope a lot of you start channels. I think it's great. We have Cooter Brown. We have I'm a Clover. We have Tipsy Toes. And of course, Thought Provoking Videos is great. Set the Record Straight is great. And Gloria said that she's going to start making videos again. She's great. Olivia wants to know if CW forfeited his rights as a father. I'm seriously asking legally. I don't even know if he knows what he forfeited. Yes, we all love green mint, of course. I think it's a health food, actually. Liliana Grace says, any thoughts of NA taking Shanann's cell phone and purse and getting Nick to return them during wellness check? You can see Nick put the purse back on the body cam. I think that is probably exactly what happened. Yes, did you see that one interview of her? I thought that was really sad the way the little girl was like putting her hand up. You could tell she was like trying to communicate, stop crying. She was putting her hand up like, stop it. I thought that was sad. You know, just think that poor little girl with all that emotion and stuff. It's too bad that the little girl wasn't somewhere else. Yes, Melissa, I think that's what this is going to turn into because, like, on Friday, we'll figure out the teams. And then I think for the questions, we'll, take suggestions. And then also we'll have a few of our own where, when we discuss trial strategy and all. And then I think that it's probably going to turn into like, we'll have probably one live stream alone is going to be interviewing NA, right? And then we'll be like, dun, 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 tune in for the cross exam. And then I think we'll all take turns. We'll follow whatever shenanigan maker says, though, because, man, she's a barracuda. Danielle says, oh, hell yeah, with a fake crying, holding her daughter. I thought that was really sad that her daughter was, like, right in the middle of it all. Olivia says, which one? It was posted, I think, like 12 hours ago or something from the KK channel. Freudian Slip says, I want to know why she's wearing SW's watch. Yeah, I think that's interesting because wouldn't that watch have evidence on it? Don't they have, I don't have one, but don't they have a thing where they can like tell when you're sleeping and stuff, right? Or they can tell what your heart rate is and stuff like that. So that watch would be evidence. Lisa, that I noticed that too. I noticed that too. Olivia says crying because she's busted. I think she actually was crying. I think the entire experience must have been traumatic. But yeah, why was she wearing her watch, or did they have identical watches? But you know, her iWatch, SW's iWatch never showed up, right? We don't know, Miss CD, but they're saying that she had her watch on the day after. Wanda says they didn't collect evidence. LOL, lots of love. The house and contents were cleared right out. The Watts had to beg for Granny's ashes back. Insane. Christy says, what great Arvo entertainment this trial is providing. Love it. Tiffany says, Isabel or whenever that is, whoever that is, needs to be a webcam model. She would most likely be more of a success. I think it might be a fake profile. Olivia says, from what I gather, it wasn't SW's watch. NA had an Android, but everybody lies. NA had an Android, not compatible. I haven't, Lisa. Tell me about it. Tiffany says, whomever. Oops. I think she meant to say whatever. Oops. That was cute how you reversed them both. Miss CD says, oh, okay. Maria says she had her watch. That is all kinds of wrong. Kathy Jo says, did NA get the flip flops? She's obsessed over those. I even wanted to send her a pair. Don't you dare. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? They'd probably start a GoFundMe to put you in prison for life, right? Tiffany says, I heard NA was so jealous of SW and resented her. Any truth to that? Why were all the thrivers borderline obese? I think she was a paid caregiver, and I think she was probably happy when she announced that she was taken off for 6 weeks. Kathy Jo says, don't worry, MM. Good. You resisted the urge to send a pair of flip flops. Phew. Tiffany says, someone on Reddit said shart like Shanann, perhaps in bad taste, but it made me laugh so hard. What does shart mean? I don't know what that means. Tiffany says, where is Honey Badger when we need her? Isabel Lucky. IMGAO. Is Isabel still saying stuff? I'm missing it if she is. Let me see here. I'll scroll. I don't see Isabel saying anything. Did she block me? If Isabel is still saying stuff, tell me, you guys. I'll have to figure out how to unblock her. I mean, I haven't blocked her, but if she blocked me. Freudian slip, borderline, WTF. That means, wow, that's fantastic. It was more than borderline. I think so too. I think it was more than bipolar too. Olivia says the cop changed his written statement on flip-flops to line up with NA's story. Wanda says, I heard that NA allegedly wasn't happy at the time, losing money over Thrive. I would dare say that everybody's losing money with any MLM. Kathy Joe, y'all don't blah, I can't talk. Kathy Joe said, y'all don't ban me, but I remembered the other day that I let a friend sign me up as a promoter. What? The other day? Never promoted anything, but I am still listed as a promoter and have access to the Laval back office. Ooh. Now, why did you let someone sign you up? Are you wearing patches, Kathy Joe? Are you wearing caffeine-coated Band-Aids? Tiffany says, I read the same thing, and NA had to go back to working in a nursing home, changing the elderly's diapers. Sad. Catherine says, I wish you people would give NA a break. Oh my goodness. Catherine, you grow up. Okay, everyone, we have another one here. I'll go ahead and read it with a serious tone as it was written. Catherine Chapman says, or Chapham. What's your name, Catherine? Clapham? Clapham? Catherine says, I wish you people would give NA a break. She has just had chemo for cancer, had a son with a heart condition. How would you feel? Grow up. Catherine, this is a true crime case discussion channel. Would you like to discuss the case? If so, you're welcome to be here. Anna says, shart. It's a combination of shit and fart. Ooh, and it happens when you involuntarily poop when you're trying to pass gas. Are you kidding me? Seriously, that's a word? No kidding. You're kidding, right? I have learned way too many things in the last 2.5 years that I could have been just fine never knowing. Seriously? Is that a thing? Is that a word? Kathy Joe says, whatever you want, I can download. What's that mean? I'm missing out on this conversation, I think. Shart is a word? Seriously? Oh, Red Shoe says, Thrive makes you shart. I never knew shart was a word. That is so weird. On the Lake says, our family uses shart all of the time. Oh my goodness. First time I heard shart was from a movie called Along Came Polly. Well, I got news for you. Right here and now is the first time I've ever heard the word shart. Wanda says, Catherine, NA was one of the last people to have contact with a murder victim. Even the cops were interested in what she knew. And why was she afraid of being arrested? Melissa says shart is more than just a word. It's an action. Oh, you guys know why that's funny, right? That's so cute. Wanda says we got to teach MM the naughty words. LOL. Lots of love. Miss CD says I didn't know what is that. Is that keef or queef or whatever was for a long time. Don't feel bad. What is that? What is that? How do you say it? And what is it? Another word? Seriously? I don't know if I can handle the alphabet and 2 new words in one night. Olivia says that you say it queef. Queef. Okay. What the hell is queef? What is it? What's a queef? Oh, oh my gosh, you're kidding. Are you kidding? Oh my goodness. And someone had to make a word for that? Oh my goodness. It's better than what people used to call that, right? To have a word, I guess. If you have to have a word, OMG. Oh my goodness. I normally don't tell funny stories about my kids, but I got to tell you a funny story. We had a goldfish named Elvis, and Elvis lived a long time. He was much loved and he was well fed. He was huge. He died when my son was at summer camp. My son actually hired one of the neighbor girls to feed Elvis while he was away at camp because that was one of his chores. And she evidently didn't realize that Elvis didn't need to have as much food as she was giving him. So when he came back from camp, we had to break the news that Elvis was dead. But the funny story, that was a sad story. It was a really sad story because Elvis was such a nice fish. The funny story is that when he named Elvis, before naming him Elvis, he said, Mom, I know what I'm going to name my new fish. And I said, Great, what is the new name of the new fish? And he said, Douche. And I'm like, What? And he said, Douche. I'm like, Where did you hear that word? And of course, he was the youngest. The older kids thought that was hilarious. So he was, well, for just a couple hours, naming the fish Douche until I explained to him that that name would not be a good name. And then he picked Elvis instead. But the older kids got a big kick out of that. Gonna name the fish Douche. Yeah, really. The cleanest fish on the planet. LOL, lots of love. It was so cute. It was so cute. I mean, he was serious. I know what a douche is, shenanigan maker. But seriously, queef? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. What was the other word? Oh, swart or whatever. Tiffany says that it's either thought-provoking videos or straight up blowing minds that showed that theory. What theory? And it makes sense. Is it the rigor mortis theory? Because that's the only thing that I can think of that explains the toes being turned up. Shit plus fart. Shart. Oh my gosh. I love words, but those words I don't love. And I don't get why we have to have words for that. I don't know. Queef. You taught us the military alphabet. We taught you shart and queef. Oh my goodness. And we have a judge too, a nail filing judge. And we have a new member of the defense team, Barracuda Melissa. Shakur says, I hate the word moist. Oh, Kathy Joe, that'd be hilarious. Everyone would look at me and go, what word is that? And I'd say, really? They told me so on YouTube. It's true. Oh, Danielle has a new variation, though. Oh, wait. Shart is a shit and a fart. Snart is a sneeze and a fart. Oh, my goodness. Too much information here. I'm going to forget all of it. Shenanigan Maker says people are stupid. Actually, it says people are so stupid. They absolutely cannot separate emotions from the law. Shakir says that moist makes him cringe. Oh no, that was Anna. Anna said that. Oh, here's another one. Don't forget snee. That's when you sneeze and pee. Is that a word? Seriously? Am I so far out of the loop? Oh my goodness. Kathy Joe says, how long before the trolls are telling us that we are using shart wrong? They'll probably make videos about it. Miss Mensa and the witches are making fun of Shanann. They're jealous of her. Now they're saying that she sneezed and she peed her pants. On the Lake says, my brother-in-law had IBS. We couldn't drive 30 minutes without stopping for a bathroom break. Our kids grew up knowing what shart was. I had no idea, seriously, that those words existed. I remember when I was a kid and I said the word ain't, AIN apostrophe T. I said the word ain't. My mother was like, what? That is not a word. Shenanigan Maker says the legal system doesn't give a damn if you have cancer or your kid had a heart condition. Laws apply to everyone, just like constitutional rights apply to everyone. Twart? No way. Fluffed? I know what a fluffy is. Is that close to fluffed? Slive or Slive? Sleeping and living at the same time. Oh, sleeping and living. Slive. Lainey says, you see FRJ rant? No, I didn't. Is there an FRJ rant to look at? Oh, I just clicked on YouTube and it says that we're live now. Cool. Let's see. We're going to see if there's an FRJ rant. No, I was busy today, so I didn't see any of this stuff. I haven't made it through my stuff. Oh, it looks like he took off his stuff. He erased a bunch of stuff, it looks like. I just looked and it looks like he erased a bunch of stuff. He had like 3 or 4 different ones up there. And now I don't see him. Okay, Liliana Gray says, does anyone know anything about the 360 NA had? Ellie let her take screenshots and send it to them, and how do we know if she sent them all? Nate copied CCTV on his cell and sent. No court will use it. Exactly. That made no sense at all. But, like I explained the other day, he was sitting there talking and saying that he killed his wife. They found the bodies at his workplace, right? He knew where the bodies were. So the question is, did they have probable cause? Yeah, they did. I do wish this would have gone to trial, for sure. This case really should have gone to trial. We talk a lot about how his wife had to have, the ability to keep spending and, in my opinion, never work. But he was part of that package too. A whole lot of selfishness going on, Ooh, we've got a big house. Ooh, we travel. Ooh, we stuff our kids in bed at 6:30 p.m. every night after we dose them up with Benadryl and Tylenol. He was right there. Yeah, I didn't find it. I just went and looked, and there, unless it's a video, did he do a video? Because it looks like he deleted the last few posts. Yes, Shenanigan Maker, they will be eaten alive. I think they know it too. Olivia, was it a video or was it a thing on the discussion thing? Yes, Olivia, I think so. I heard the same, that she was very angry when they came and took her dining room table. Perfect, Danielle. Perfect. I think bringing your nail file is really important too. Shakur says, I've seen him go at it with a content creator over his documentary about the case. Olivia says, cops came. I have no idea what that means. Misty says, I showed my cousin, who knew nothing about the Watts case, some of SW's videos, quite a few. She asked me, did she kill her kids? She's got mental problems. After the Netflix thing came out, people asked me, who killed him? She killed him, right? Sandy says, came to take their dining room table. LOL, lots of love. Olivia, what are you talking about? Where is it? Because when I pull up the thingy, it looks like he's deleted his last few posts. Lainey says deleted, but I saved it. Can't remember what channel. I will have to look back on my YouTube history. On the Lake says SW spent $200 on red sequin Christmas stockings from Target to send free samples to her MLM people. Actually, I don't think she spent anything. I think that consumers all across the country pay more at JCP and Macy's and Target and everywhere else because I don't think she paid for any of that crap. I think she charged it and said, oh, well. Oh my goodness, that's gross, Shenanigan Maker. That's gross now that I know what that word means. That's very gross. Bumblebee, I don't think the R's realized how bad her videos were on that documentary. I know. I think the R's figured that that documentary showed her in a good light. I don't think they realized what a lot of us see when we see those videos. Text from Discovery, copy and paste job. Summer Breeze says he never wanted the big house. I agree. I think he, by then, was already feeling like there was no way out. Wanda said CW, everybody really, in Wanda's opinion, enabled her, and they're still doing it. Shart like Shanann. Or is that Shart like Shannon? I think it's Shart like Shannon. Olivia says Lana pointed the doctoring out. You mean the Munchausen by proxy that we all think is obvious from the videos? You know, people are saying she didn't have Munchausen by proxy. It's like, really? What videos are you watching if you don't see it? No wonder Munchausen by proxy goes undetected. If people can watch those videos and not see medical abuse, then no wonder, right? Summer Breeze, didn't the R's know exactly what was going to be shown on that docudrama on Netflix? Well, I was told, I had people calling me for like 3 months before the Netflix thing came out, because evidently the Netflix producer came all the way from London a few times and took Christopher Watt's mother-in-law out to dinner. And this is what I was told by people calling me from North Carolina. And evidently on one of the trips, they brought gifts of expensive purses from London. Lainey says, someone had a go at me today as someone posted that Lana needs to get a new printer. You can see stuff is whited out, and they were saying that they printed it and can't see anything. Huh. Yeah, red shoes makes you wonder about the hormonal cycles, right? She had over 200,000 pictures on her phone. Misty says, I saw a picture of Bella with a vision board. On the Lake says, the Shiners all have rose-colored glasses. I think it's more serious than that. Kathy Jo says, on SW's vision board video, she talks about wanting her daughter, singular, to do a vision board and says she, not them, several times. I wonder if it was Bella or Cece she was excluding. Nola Girl says they both had mental issues. He couldn't say no, and she was doing all her stuff with nobody stopping her. Lilu says, I am battling to find the Bella booty photo with the boys. Yeah. When you learn a new word, they'll tell you how to pronounce it. They'll tell you if it's a noun or a verb or whatever. And actually, think about it. I bet chart is both a noun and a verb, right? I mean, chart is, right? A thing. And it's also an action word. Ah, Tiffany says, if you've ever gotten sick in Mexico, food poisoning from bad seafood, you might have experienced a chart. Oh my goodness. It's embarrassing. Queef. LOL. Lots of love. Notice that we made it just through the first half of that letter. Again, I did the same thing last time. I started doing the letter and then we went on to more important topics like, tonight we went on to the military alphabet. Nola Girl says the Shiners lump all these crimes together and don't take the time to see why these things happen. Every victim isn't a saint, and every murdered, I think that's supposed to be, and every murderer isn't Satan. Do some history, Shiners, especially when there are many of us who do not believe that certain people were victims. Lilu says Lana zoomed in on the discovery and shows the whiting out of text. I do agree with that. I do agree there is a lot of whiting out in the discovery. I also happen to think that they missed a few. I think they worked very hard and were very careful about what they released to the public, but I think they missed a few. Summer Breeze makes an excellent point. I've noticed this so many times. Every murder victim lit up a room, according to the crime shows. Yes, Nola girl, I get it. Except I don't think she was killed. But that's a good point. On all the docudramas, it's always like, tell us about Susie, right? Oh, Susie was the best friend you could ask for. She lit up the room when she walked in. She was so kind and caring, and everybody loved to be near her, right? And do you notice there's another thing I notice? They always say she was just turning her life around. No, Nola girl, I don't. Nola girl says, you don't think SW was killed? No, I don't. Tiffany says, I believe she killed herself. Nola girl says, oh, wow. Olivia says, Oops, there it disappeared. There we go. Oops. Where's Olivia? There's Olivia. Olivia says they say turning her life around versus she's no longer a hoe. Ooh, I didn't see that, Lilu. My clicker isn't working. I'm clicking on it and then it doesn't work. Lilu says, did you guys see the Real Justice channel? He or she is saying that SW was killed in NA's car? Whoa. I haven't seen that. Is that a new video? Misty says, do you think her oops, it disappeared. Hold on, my clicker's not working. Do you think her BAC was high from drinking and not decomp? It disappeared again. Ugh, there it is. I think her BAC was high from drinking, Misty. I looked at a couple of research articles on elevated BAC from decomp. I think there were 277 subjects tested, and 20% of them showed an elevated BAC from decomp. That's 1 in 5, okay? 1 in 5, 20%. That means rare, okay? Rare for the BAC to be elevated from decomp. Add to that of those 20% of the 277 subjects tested, their BAC level was elevated to half of what Christopher Watt's wife's BAC level was. Half. So do I think she was drunk? Yes, I do. Misty says, I think she had been drinking and came home lit and ready to fight. I think she was ready to fight on most days, and I think she probably drank a lot more than we have been told. Lilu says BAC is too high for decomp. It was definitely alcohol. I agree. Wanda says convenient they didn't take or didn't release the results, a sample from the eye, but they did with the kids. Liliana says Real Justice said Nick killed SW in NA car and Shanann was in the front seat and Nick in the back. What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is that a brand new video? I have never heard of this. Tiffany says the insurance won't pay out for homicide or suicide. That isn't true, Tiffany. They'll pay out for homicide. But probably not for suicide because remember, that was a really old policy. And I don't understand why parents are the beneficiary on an adult daughter's policy. Why didn't she have a will? Isn't that kind of weird that she didn't have a will? Do you guys believe that she didn't have a will? And why, if there was any insurance policy, weren't her husband and children the beneficiaries on the insurance policy? Tiffany said that she read that NA's son was obsessed with SW. Lilu says, yeah, Wanda, they used spleen blood, which is very unusual, most inaccurate organ to take BAC from. So, yeah, imagine how high it was, right? Red Shoe says, but we see her walk to the door. Yeah, and do you remember? Do you remember when that video was finally released to the public after a bunch of people were saying, yeah, right, sure. And then they finally released that video. Why didn't they release it right away? Yes, the rigor mortis video, in my opinion, explains it all. Misty says, very strange to be married with kids and no will. Exactly. Exactly. I actually don't believe that she didn't have a will, especially with all of her, quote unquote health challenges. Jeanette says, morning, everyone. And then she asks, rhetorically, of course, what am I doing up at this ungodly hour? Well, I think, Jeanette, that you were meant to be here. Olivia says she wasn't responsible enough to make a will. Shakur says, did the R's have a separate policy on SW? Yes, they did. I'm not sure, but I think it was $200,000 and they were the beneficiaries and they evidently paid the premiums on it monthly. Lilu says, real justice said she was strangled from the back in the passenger seat. That's why the injuries in autopsy are from the back. I have never heard that before, ever. Tiffany says, SW carried an insurance policy on SW and the girls. SW didn't. She wasn't the beneficiary of an insurance policy on her life. Red Juice makes a good point. She had nothing to leave in a will, except the insurance policy should have had, I would think, the beneficiaries listed as being her spouse and children. Yes, Shakur. And it would have paid out right away, too. So that $98,000 GoFundMe that people are saying actually pulled in $134,000 was just a drop in the bucket. Exactly, Nola girl. Shakur, that's just part of it. The Outback Steakhouses did a fundraiser. Lots of people sent money. And then they also filled out the paperwork to pull money from Weld County from the Victims Assistance Fund, even though they had raised a ton of money by then, and people are saying that they had $200,000 right off the bat from that insurance policy. Tiffany says it's been alleged that NA's son was in love with SW and worshipped the ground she sharded on. LOL, lots of love. Shakur says the fundraising began on day one. And in her brother's police interview, he said something to the effect of if he had the money, he would have traveled there right away or something. I think he said something like if someone would send him the money, then he would be there. It's like, huh? Wait a minute. Didn't his mother say in her letter that they have a family of contractors? But remember, in the letter, Christopher Watts being a mechanic was evidently beneath everybody, right? Well, that's really surprising. I never I've never heard that about what you said about the real justice thing. Let's see here. Let's search for it. Oh, these are months ago. These are from months ago, so this theory's been out there for a while. I never heard of it. I just went in the search bar on YouTube and put in Real Justice and Chris Watts, and it looks like they were up months ago. Man, I'm just out of the loop on everything, but at least I know the military alphabet. I'm just reading all your comments. I think it's interesting too with what you guys are saying that the scumbag attackers, have made videos about how Cindy didn't go there. Really? Was Cindy the one who didn't go there? How many other people didn't go there? And Ronnie did hop on a plane right away and go there. But let's bash the Watts. Let's pretend like the Watts are terrible, terrible people. Shenanigan Maker, our lead defense attorney, says, "Gotta get some sleep. Judge said I can't be late again, or I'll be tossed into jail." Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Judge did say that to my ex once, though. LOL, lots of love. Good night, beautiful people. Love each and every one of you. Love you too, Shenanigan Maker. And you know what, you guys? I do think we should probably call it a night and get some sleep because I know I love to talk to you guys and I know that we can talk for hours. So let's all follow Shenanigan Maker's lead here and say good night. And be ready for Friday night. We're going to go ahead and figure out the teams and figure out, maybe we'll start in on figuring out who the witnesses will be too. I think that'll be kind of fun. It'll be confusing, but I think it'll be fun. And you know what? I think it'll be a great way to really open the discussion for everybody to take part, right? Because the prosecution obviously will have a chance to make their points, and then Shenanigan Maker and Melissa and Miss Mensa will go ahead and prove them wrong. So it'll be a lot of fun. Now remember, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel, India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima, Mike, November. It's either October or Oscar. I think it's Oscar. Might be October. I think it's October. Papa, Quebec, Romeo, Sierra, Tango, Uniform, Victor, Whiskey, X-ray, Yankee, Zulu. And on that note, Everybody be safe, be healthy, and know, seriously know, that you are loved.